Howdy folks, welcome to the channel. This may come as a shock to you, but George Woodruff requested a George Jones song. GW, thank you for this gift and this request. George made, GW, I call him, George Woodruff, made a gift to the channel for me to do this one. So thank you for that, GW. If you want me to get to a song a whole lot sooner, you can make a gift to the channel the same way George GW did. It's in the description box below. It's $25 via PayPal or Venmo. When I get the song up within a day, occasionally two, but almost always within 1 day. We've got George Jones's These Days I Barely Get By. And, okay, we're going to hear some things as to why. I don't think it's going to be a funny song. Titles like that aren't like that. So let's find out what we've got going here. GW, George Woodruff, is George Jones's worldwide #1 fan. And we have a couple of very big fans on the channel. And worldwide, we've got GW is George Jones's worldwide #1 fan. We've got Fun Ronnie is Loretta Lynn's worldwide #1 fan. And we have Renee Mooberry, who is Dwight Yoakam's and Leanne Rhymes' worldwide #1 fan. So we're very serious about our traditional country on the channel here. All right, guys. The one and only Possum. Thank you for this gift, GW. I don't know this song.
I woke up this morning aching with pain. Don't think I can work, but I'll try.
Ouch.
The car's in the shop, so I thumbed all the way. All these days I barely get by.
Oh, we've got like a chorus behind him.
I walked home from work and it rained all the way. My wife left and didn't say why.
Oh. It's easy to look at the fact that he got left as the hard part. That is a hard part. But not knowing why, that's the hard part. Because your brain tries to figure it out. Why? What happened? Pattern recognition. We're wired for it. And he can't. Ay, ay, ay. That's brutal, not knowing why.
She laid all our bills on the desk in the hall. Of these days I barely get by.
Well, they have financial issues.
Put my only $2 on my favorite horse. He lost by a nose and I cried. Oh, my boss says come winter we'll all be laid off. Oh, these days I barely get by.
He's trying.
Lay down and die.
Feels that way.
Worst of all was when she told me goodbye. Whoa, these days I barely get by. Whoa, these days one barely gets. 'Cause 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 'cause
interesting in the end there. He switched it from I barely get by to one barely gets by, meaning like there's something going on a broader scale here, societally or worldwide, like almost like Depression era. He didn't say that, but one barely gets by. So things are extraordinarily difficult all the way around. It's not just him, but all the vignettes and sidebars in the storylines were about him. And this may have been like the progenitor of contemporary country because it had all the elements in there except for a dog dying. Gonna lose his job. He's broke. Car doesn't work, so he has no way to get to work. He got left. He got rained on hitchhiking. I give him a lot of credit for hitchhiking to work, to keep that job that everybody's going to lose. There's a distinction in there too I wanted to point out because I pointed it out in my life coaching videos, and when I have consultations with my clients on occasion when there's an impending divorce or an ongoing divorce, or somebody's just feeling very, very down and confused about life, and sometimes they feel like they want to die. It's understandable because what's happening when there's a breakup, when there's a divorce, let's say, and you're in deep pain, a divorce or a breakup is about the death of hope, of a certain type of future that you'd envisioned with that person. It's a death of all that you've built in many ways. And now all of a sudden you've got these feelings like you're dying, and you misattribute it to the idea that you want to die. And I let my clients know, and it's way more often than not, this is the case, that you get confused into thinking that you want to die to get out of this pain. And then your metacognition sort of kicks in and you're aware that you're thinking these thoughts, and that makes it worse and you can spiral. But the truth is there is a death going on in a breakup. And depending on how far along in the relationship you were, but if you're married, 10, 20 years or what have you, and you get divorced, it feels like you're dying because there is an actual death going on, and it is the death of a certain type of future, not your future per se, because you're going to keep breathing and keep moving on and hoping for better things and trying to make better things happen as long as you regain your footing. And that can take some time. But this song may have been the progenitor of every contemporary country song right here. I mean, it had the elements in it. And, of course, earlier artists, Jimmy Rogers, Johnny Horton, and all these folks, they had these elements in their songs too. But this one just sort of compressed them in a way that you're like, oh my God, this guy puts $2 on his horse. Desperation, his final $2 on a horse that lost by a nose. That's just way too painful. It's like just in the end, boom, Lucy pulls the ball away and Charlie Brown falls on his back. All right, GW, that is just one of those songs that George Jones just has a way of like hitting you in here. He's got the first mover advantage in that you're hearing his side of the story, that he got left and doesn't know why. That's the hard part. Being left is hard because you still have the death of dreams and hopes and a certain type of future. But your brain is like, why? Why am I dealing with this? Why? Why did she leave? Like when the person doesn't tell you, that's tough. Or if you're not listening, maybe she did tell him, but he wasn't really hearing it. I don't know what decisions he was making within the relationship. I just know that their bills were piling up. The car was broken, so maybe it wasn't the life that she'd anticipated and she couldn't take it anymore. I don't know. We didn't find out. We just know his life was hard. And he never said anything mean about her, which I respect a lot. That he wasn't like, how could you do this, you bum? I don't know, whatever. You could say a lot of things in a song, but he didn't. He just kept it to himself. So, all right, GW Bridge in Oklahoma City. Am I recalling that correctly, George? The song is a 9.0. I know you had said you thought this is one of your 4 favorite or 4 saddest George Jones songs, which says a lot because he's got a lot of songs and a lot of sad ones. But this was your standard, here's all that went wrong. And there you have it. It's a George Jones song. What do you say? It's going to be good no matter what. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day. See you on another video. Keep rocking the country.
My wife left and didn't say why.